Hi everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities, work our way through the dollar yields, precious metals, and commodities and ETFs that I follow. I'm going to give you my financial opinions. And we did pretty well today. We did pretty well. We do have a question and answer session coming up tomorrow at 7 a.m. Saturday, Mountain Standard Time. We'll see you there. If you're a member, we're running a discount. The first month is 50% off if you want to try it. There's also a large discount for the year if you go in the description link where you can get a larger discount if you sign up for the yearly membership. And that can be extended to anybody. And if you've been with the channel, or I should say the community, for about a year, shoot me an email. I can give you another discount if you want to sign up for a yearly membership if you're currently a monthly member. All right, guys, let's jump in here. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Again, we've got the dollar strengthening. That is generally correlated with yields. They are all interconnected. Yields going up at a faster pace than other currencies' monetary tightness is the resultant of a stronger dollar. So we were looking at this. We were depending, we going to come on back? Are we going to start to move on up? This definitely looks like we want to go higher. We're getting the bullish engulfing here. We've got the move up today. It looks pretty strong for the dollar to increase. That is further evidence that yields could go up too. So when we look at the yields, the US 2-year, it's bouncing off this support level. Like I said, we needed to watch today to see if we broke down or if we're going to bounce. To me, it looks like it wants to bounce. It tried selling off throughout the day. We got a stark bottom here. So if we look at the short term here, we sold on off, and then we got that rebound. That to me looks like we've got some strength here, and that we could rebound on higher rates, higher dollar, all those things align. It also, rates are highly correlated with the price of oil. You could say oil's the driver of the increase of interest rates, or that interest rates chase oil to some extent. So the 2-year, it's looking stronger. It definitely bounced off support today. The 10-year bouncing off support, big move up there, 1.91% in the 10-year. And the trend line is not broken. And then we got the 30-year also bouncing pretty hard today at 1.88% higher. This one, again, let's see where we go with all this. Yields do look like they want to go up in the short term here. TYX, TNX ratio, it's flat. The curve is staying down there. It's not really inverting or uninverting. And what that means is when the curve stays down here, I think precious metals will go sideways. It's waiting for the curve to uninvert, and we're just not getting the uninversion yet. Like I said, it could stay down here for a while. It could base out for a good period of time. TLT falling back. Somewhat of a surprise, but we had a divergence between yields and what the bond price looks like. We were down today. Looks like we had a little dividend or something going on there. We were down today with that dividend, but again, let's watch it. Let's see what happens over the next few weeks. We are above a support level, this big support level that we are above. There's going to be a lot of support underneath us here. It makes me think that rates could go sideways for a while. Slightly higher to sideways is my guess. Gold moving sideways with those increase of yields. A little sideways action there. We're still sitting on top of the pattern. Everything looks ready to go if yields were to loosen up a little bit. Silver pulling back some. Like I said, we were up against this resistance line. Didn't know if we were going to break out of it. We could loop back or do one of these options here. I wouldn't view that as a negative. I would view that as a very large positive movement. Why do I say that? Well, we are investors. We want good buying opportunities. If we pull back here with the yield curve in the location of where it's at, this is going to be one heck of a buying opportunity in a lot of these mining companies or the metals themselves, whatever you want to play. I think it's going to be one gigantic opportunity if we get down there like that. I'll be buying more if it does. If we get back to that level, 2320 and 2350, somewhere in that level is a good area. Be looking low 23s. Platinum holding together again sideways with the market conditions that we have today. XEU to gold ratio, a little bit of underperformance from the gold and silver mining companies. We want to see that underperformance in the short term if you want to buy and get one of these false little breakdowns here. Bring it. Bring it on. I will gladly welcome it. I'll buy the crap out of it. It'll give me something else to buy that's down. The XAU to gold ratio, gold and silver mining companies to gold, is utterly stupid cheap. And with where the curve is at, even if we were to bounce around here for maybe even a year, I wouldn't mind that because it's going to allow me to accumulate over a period of time. CRB index moving on higher, gold, silver, we're kind of breaking out of this. You can see that nice pop higher today. It looks excellent. It looks absolutely fantastic. We are breaking to the upside here. Look at that, guys. Look how strong that looks. Strong like bull, looking fantastic. I love the way that this candle closed that week out strong. It looks uber strong. That's good. Going back to the gold and silver mining companies, we're up against resistance here. We're right on resistance support for GDX. GDXJ down a little bit. Again, we've just been grinding and bouncing off this trend line, which is on top of the trend line. I drew it on this trend line here, but we're right on top of it. That's actually a good location. And then SILJ has also just been moving sideways, down a little bit today. But overall, we've just been grinding sideways here. I think we're in a pretty good location, guys, to be looking. And to be taking a contrarian response. And even if we blow out to the downside here, still wouldn't really be too worried about it. Crude oil, ripping it. 2.7%. I thought a recession was coming, guys. Where are all my crash bros at now? Crude oil's looking fantastic. We're bouncing off the long-term support line there, and we are moving on higher. It looks fantastic. I like that we're gaining the big green army to show up. Big extended candlesticks in the green positive direction. This is going to be very good for all of our oil and gas exploration companies. It's going to be absolute fire for energy service companies and exploration production companies that are on the fringe. What does that mean? It means that your high-cost producers are going to get into some positive earnings here, and their earnings just go ballistic above $80, $85, $90 a barrel. We're entering that region again, and we're going to see, I think, a big outperformance of high-cost producers. A lot of the Canadian type stuff and oil sands and that type of thing. A lot of the energy service companies too are gonna heat up here. Nat gas just moving sideways, but this is again, remember that trait I look for: big green candlestick, small selling pressure. It's going to probably go higher. That's what I'm looking for. Nat gas looking fantastic, looking absolutely fantastic. Bigger, longer term view. I think this is a bottoming pattern, and eventually we're going to work our way up. Looks very good. XOP, yeah, you know me, ripping it. What do we got here, guys? We are underneath this neckline. There's the neckline of the inverted head and shoulders. And we are breaking through that neckline here, hopefully. And we got to close above here. We got to get above it. We want to stay above it and get some closes and some weekly closes, monthly closes. We need to close out all this stuff above that line. We need to get above there, stay above there, and just keep moving. XOP looks fantastic. It closed very strong today. I like how it's closing, and hopefully the momentum continues. Again, you should have known this was about to occur with the bullish engulfing here and here. There's three of them there. There's three bullish engulfings. So what that means is that it tried to sell off, buyers bought it back up. Tried to sell off, buyers bought it back up. tried to sell off, buyers bought it back up. There's no big reversal candlesticks in here. They're all small red candlesticks. You need to learn what to look for in this, and that will generally work its way up. And then when the resistance kind of fades, the green candlesticks get larger and larger. OIH, energy service companies. What do we see here? Nice big move today, 2.63%. It's looking really good from a long-term perspective. We've been in this channel. I think at some point we're going to break out of this channel. We are going to run. Run, Forest, run, cheetah speed, whatever it is. Looks good. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. What is this, guys? We continue to work on our way up. We do have a little bit of a selling candlestick where the wick's at the top. This could sell off for a little bit. What I'm seeing here is usually you come up and then you get a little bit of a return, and we came on back off that top there. It's not a huge reversal candlestick. Let's just see what happens over the next few days. We might have a down day or two, which is possible. I'm not saying it is. And then maybe we rip up. Again, depends what the selling pressure looks like if we run into selling pressure. So that is generally a reversal candlestick with a little wick, and we have to see what the next day looks like. URA holding in there, just moving sideways, but it was an up day. Uranium, URNM doing the same thing, but again, we're on top of the pattern. So I think we are going to go higher overall with, there could be obviously a pullback or whatever, but overall, we're going to drift on higher. And URNJ doing the same thing, a little bit of a neutral candlestick today. TAN up a little bit, but again, I still think this looks like it wants to go higher. No big selling pressure. It still looks pretty solid to me. COPX up 1.16, but we're still within the channel. The diversified mining companies, that's what makes up a lot of these copper miners. They do look good. They do look good. Lithium, again, we just have these small little down candlesticks that still looks like it wants to go higher. What am I basing that on? It's usually a continuation pattern. So if I look at the 5-day, usually you get like a band, and since we entered it from the downside up, usually you get some sort of like 3 humps or whatever, sideways channel, and then it'll break to the upside because we enter from the downside up. So that's what I'm seeing there. So I still think we're going to go higher there. REMX getting a little bit of a bounce today. That's looking better again, and we're probably going to try to base out and turn this momentum. It's going to base out, and then eventually we'll turn on higher. S&P 500 basically sideways for the day. We've got NASDAQ basically sideways as well. We'll see where this goes. I really don't. Momentum's up, but we'll see if it'll turn here or not. Emerging markets heading higher. I think this is going to go on higher if we can get that commodity rotation. Eventually, the dollar will fall, and that's going to be a big tailwind for emerging markets. I know the dollar's strengthening. I get it, but I still think this is a good location, and it's just waiting for those market conditions to change, much like gold and silver are doing. XHB continuing higher, actually looks really strong, and I'm surprised that this went up as much as it did with interest rates, but we're right there, ready to break. This almost, I think this is an all-time high. This could be a double top too, so let's just see what rates do. Let's see what happens, and see if we get a pullback by any means. MU still looking good, but breaking to the upside, 0.84%. Looks pretty strong on the weekly, at least. It looked very strong on the weeklies. Copper moving on higher. We do have a little bit of selling pressure today. That's why that reversal occurred here. There's your reversal, and it came back down on the daily. That's a daily look at it. But yeah, we could come back a little bit. Maybe we go back to support for a couple days or whatever like that. This is probably going to go lower, though, down here in the short term. FEF, this is iron ore. It is rocketing higher. It's broken out of our falling wedge. And this will be good for probably steel, dry bulk shipping. It's breaking out, and I think we're going to get a big run in iron ore. It's going to be good for iron ore companies too, like the diversified mining companies. You're probably going to see them start to run. Nickel moving sideways. Again, I think this is going to take some time, guys. This doesn't look like a reversal. There's no big green army. There's nothing really showing up here. I would be patient here. Aluminum looking a lot better, 1.57% today, up today. Looks like we're trying to base out and move on up at some point. Baltic Dry Index down a little bit. Again, I think we're going to go higher here. We're going to go higher. Higher, higher, higher. This is a buying opportunity down here. That's what I think. Newcastle Coal down a little bit. But again, I think this is going to be a good location to be looking for coal companies. Cheap ones that pay big dividends. Why not? This is a pretty standard pattern. You base out, you break the base, you break all the way up, and then you do a return move. You buy the return move, and then you hold on and wait for this to return back to the upside. Bitcoin selling off quite a bit today. Well, it's right at support, and then Ethereum right at support. We got these big wicks at the bottom, good strong support underneath us. I don't like where we're hanging out. I mean, obviously you've broken the uptrend line, and we're underneath it. So not a really good spot to hang out. This looks like it could go lower for Ethereum and Bitcoin. Higher interest rates kind of do that to the NASDAQ and to looks like crypto as well. But overall, guys, energy still looks really good. I am very bullish on precious metals. I think we're just early. We're just waiting for the right market conditions to come, waiting for those yields to drop, waiting for the yield curve to uninvert. And that might be a while out there. I mean, it might not be immediate. I know a lot of people think that higher rates are just going to the whole market just crashes immediately. I'm not in that camp. I haven't been in that camp. I keep saying this could drag out and go longer than what you think. It could be years longer. It could be years longer where rates stay high or go higher for a good while here. Depends how strong the market is. Depends what the market can tolerate. And we can watch the market and see what happens. But right now, it's tolerating it to some extent. So we'll continue to watch it, but more or less, guys, energy is a spot to be, in my opinion. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow at the question and answer session at 7 a.m. If you're not a member. And if you want to be a member, you can use that 50% discount to try it out for a month. And that's in the description link below. September is the coupon code if you want to see it. And the link to log on or join is in the description link. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. This is Finding Value.